And we're live. Welcome,
Woo!
welcome very much. It's Wendy Bonbons Winona J Fox is here joining us. Us. Did I do the royal we on myself? That's utter shit, is what that is. Welcome everybody. I am the Love Doctor. There's the right button. Fantastic, everybody's here. I've got some gin. I've got to pour my drink. What is everybody else out there drinking? By the way, just click in, say hello. Oh, we got a sláinte from Christopher, and we got another sláinte from Christopher with two different face. Oh, YouTube and Facebook. He's got
Oh
us
my
up on two
god.
screens.
He's
Definitely.
double he's double teaming us.
Hmm.
All right, so there was a reference to Hot
And we
Girl
just
Summer
started
earlier.
out.
I
Just
know, and I
started out.
haven't even drank anything. This is water. I'm so sober.
Well, I'm gonna be fixing that soon. As soon as I can get this opened. All right. So YouTube Christopher says he doesn't know who that other person is. Bashak is saying bon appetit to us. And don't trust that other guy. All right, from Facebook Christopher. There is.
Shoot him, shoot him, shoot him.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you have stun guns, by the way.
Yeah.
So whenever I have the trope, look, a fresh bottle and everything.
Who is it gonna make a Oh, I was gonna you should have pulled it out real close to the mic so we get the
Oh.
pop.
You mean about this? There we are. It does have the cork, so
Oh shit, I just spilled water everywhere. I'll be right back.
Look what you did, Love Doctor. You caused Winona to just flail everywhere. My goodness.
boom. All right. I've also caused myself a little bit of a problem because in my rush to get prepared, I did not bring any mix. So this is going to be a strong one.
I'm sure it'll be just fantastic.
Oh, that is lovely. I haven't had that in the apartment since I finished the bottle 2 weeks ago. On screen, I finished it. And that is a good gin. And those fuckers do not sponsor me. If anyone wants to like write a message to that brewery and just say, there's a mix for gin, isn't it more gin? Yes. Yes, it generally is. Like a good slow gin is nice. Like, oh, Monkey 47 slow gin. By the way, this isn't an alcohol show. I don't know why we just concentrated on alcohol. I know Winona was drinking water because she spilled it everywhere. That'll teach you.
Yeah, that'll teach you to stay sober, kids. Get drunk so you don't
Yeah.
spill on the floor.
Uh, Wendy, what did you say you were drinking?
I'm actually just drinking some straight up soda pop out of my nice Cosmic Show cup because I had to get a cup after I've seen you pull up your mug so many times.
Yes, and this isn't even the Love Doctor mug.
I know. I just got jealous.
Oh.
I feel like the Love Doctor and I need to get our own commemorative mugs. Like, I need one. Love Doctor needs one. We all need our own commemorative mugs. Let's be real here.
That we do. And don't you have something? You have something from the killing, the people who make your mugs is on your YouTube as well. Hello, it is the wonderful Wild Delilah is there, or Sandra Delilah. I guess Wild is her cousin or something. I'm not sure. I don't want to mess up Muggle name stuff. This is so weird. I make a point of never learning people's Muggle names, and it just confuses me in public because you don't want to yell out, "Hello, Feathery McFeatherfeather" in public when somebody's in their Muggle clothes. It's hello, gorgeous trio. I sent you all my love. Oh, thank you. What? Save some for yourself. Little self-love is not wrong. Bashak is saying she is wild. No errors there. There it is. It is the wild Delilah. Thank you very much, Bashak, for giving me permission to go that. Oh, and well, it's the fantastic Daphne Etienne is tuning in as well. Looks very familiar to somebody who was on the show last week. I'm all right. First off, to address, I apologize for last week and the way the notice was. There's a lot of people who were worried about me. We ended up doing the show on Saturday. I apologize. I was dressed in hospital garb for an acting role, and starting at 6:45 in the morning, I thought I'd be home in time to do a 9 o'clock show. But no, I ended up in 3 days. I worked something close to 47 hours. So I did a full week's work in 3 days. And whenever I get out my muggle clothes, I'm so I'm told to put my pants back on by the Square community. Yes,
Hey.
that's we unfortunately we are living in the Square community. But by the way, if you have any questions, what we're here to do, for those of you who are tuning into this going, what the fuck is going on here? We are answering your questions about love, sex, and relationships. You can either drop your questions directly into chat, and that's easy, and we can answer them. But if you want to remain anonymous, there's a little thing scrolling along the bottom. So go to slido.com. The event code is TLD58, because this is the 58th edition of the Love Doctor Livestream. And I did something different with this. Did anyone notice what was done different?
I mean, your background looks different.
Oh shit, that's the wrong background. Thank you for pointing that out. Just,
I pointed out the wrong thing. There it is.
What? All right. No. It's. You know what? I got so flustered right at the beginning. I don't have mix. I just have. I had the wrong background up. I'm just. Sharing this apartment is with my manager is he's such a prick. He takes over everything. That's all there is to it.
What an asshole.
I got to appreciate that he allows me to do this, and he has set it up so it's simple that even a person like I can figure it out. So we'll be taking your questions about love, sex, and relationships. First off, Winona, how have you been?
Oh my god. It's I don't know if that sums it up. I'm doing well. I just want to say, first and foremost, happy Pride, y'all! Coming live from my closet, a place many of us are familiar with, except mine is very cute. I'm here repping some bisexual love with my makeup today, and also this is the outfit that I wore at my very first and only Pride Parade back in 2018. So I'm sending the Pride love out. So yay!
I love it.
There we are. And Wendy, what have you been up to? I mean, the Cosmic Bonbon show is relaunched again. Well, you're what? Probably 8 episodes in.
I'm on season 2, episode 20 is the one I just finished. So that means I have 1 episode left to this season, and then season 2 is complete.
Boom.
I saw last week's episode and it was beautiful. The performances, the interviews, just amazing.
Thank
Wonderful
you.
energy.
Thank you. We had Wild Delilah on, actually.
Yeah.
Yes. And she liked the blue background. Not that I am a slave to fan input or friend input or whatever, but there we'll bring the blue back, just minus the word that was printed on it. There we are. So now we have the blue. Why did I make that sound like it's like some kind of like Heisenberg meth reference? Yes, you want some of the blue? I got the blue for you.
I'm the one who knocks. Really,
all right,
I do love that show.
It is such a fantastic show.
It's very good.
I just started rewatching The Oz though. The amount of fantastic actors that are in that show are amazing. And we're just going to check to see what we have for questions. We got some questions here. All right, well, we're starting at the bottom, even though the top one seems to be a bit more apropos for the moment. As I actually used the word apropos, and I believe properly. That was... Never mind.
I don't know. I don't know how to use apropos.
Well, apropos,
I don't know how to speak.
I'm still learning English. There's still learning new words. Why are men so creepy on dating sites? I.e., first messages asking for nudes, dick pics, and giving a list of fetishes. All right. Why are men so creepy on dating sites? In the hot seat, it is Winona J. Fox.
Cause men are a bunch of little baby bitches who don't think about other people's feelings. That's part of the truth. Seriously though, I think there is
Really?
I think it's more of a sense of like the power that comes from hiding behind a screen, right? It's like this person is not a real person. I'm just talking to like a stranger on my phone, therefore I can afford to be more of an asshole than I can be in real life while preserving my masculinity. So I think that's what it is. Check your attitudes, men out there. That's not cool. Figure out, why do you think that way? Do some introspection. Figure it out. We believe in you.
And Wendy, we get a bunch of laughs from Sandra on that one. And she liked the blue background. So, all right. So that's why it's back.
Okay. I think Winona hit a lot of good points about hiding behind a screen. Honestly, I think there's just a little bit of unnecessary comfort that a lot of people experience with a lot of guys on dating sites, especially. So probably, honestly, just the comfort and entitlement that comes behind hiding behind a screen and feeling the power when you don't necessarily have it.
Boom. That they don't have it. I also would. Oh God, I almost said not all men, but it's
Nope,
the reason
don't do
why
it.
so many women have that same experience. It's the type of guys that are going to be sending out the asking for nudes and sending out dick pics and giving, that empowered sense of, I'll just send my list of fetishes to that person. The reason why so many women have that same experience, it's because it's the same guy will do it to everybody that's in their region. And because of that, then more people have that negative experience, which means for the guys who don't do it, they're easily being shut down without even starting. But online dating is online dating. I'm also going to say it's not just men, because I just recently opened up a dating profile and received a message asking to go for a walk and to suck on her tits and a picture thereof.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. Yes. So that was weird. I also wasn't sure if I was being invited to go to a mugging. Just because of the area of town the person was telling me to go to. There's not a lot around there. So it could have been that, and I could have been easily swayed in. So again, with anything, just try to be the person that is the best you.
Yeah, and if I can jump in, like, there is a way to be confident and assertive without being a dick on dating apps. And the easiest way to do that is to ask questions about the other person. Because on one end of the spectrum, you got the people who send, like, hey and sup, which, like, no, we are deserving of paragraph text, okay? None of this monosyllabic shit. And then on the other hand, you have absolute fucking asshole men who do send dick pics and who do send things like, I want to fuck you, and only to follow up an hour later by, never mind, you're a fucking bitch and you're ugly, and I hate you, which is super demoralizing. If you are actually interested in a person you see on a dating app, like, compliment something in their profile, like on their photo, because it shows that you notice something about them, or ask them a question about something in their profile and photo. It's a great way to start a conversation. Come on, guys. It's not that hard.
And those rules should be not dependent upon gender, just to point out.
No, it shouldn't, but I'm going to anyway, because I'm here to generalize. I'm here to generalize about gender. This pride. That's what pride's all about, really.
All right. Wendy, do you have anything else to add?
I am all good.
All right. Sandra Delilah is saying it's because they can get away with it, and we make excuses for them. If they were held accountable, they wouldn't act like that, or at least much less likely. And agreed. And I just want to put it back to, like, what the fuck was his name, Mysterion, and the rest of the pickup artists. It's the idea if they do, like, short, direct things, and they say it to every woman, eventually one will say yes. And that's what they're working off of. So anytime you receive any kind of attitude like that, understand that that person, they're just looking for a count. They're not looking at you. So
Dating is not a statistic game. It's not a game of statistics, honey. It's about real human emotions. Sorry.
boom. And next question we have is, my boyfriend wants a finger in his bum. I love him, but I don't. I believe that's supposed to be I love him. I love him, but I don't want to ruin my manny. What do I do? And I'm in the hot seat. It doesn't have the same tactile thing, but if you can find a small toy and use that, then use that. It all depends on the length of your manny. You can also put like a condom over your finger, but if you've got the sharp claws, still be very careful. Nails and that skin is very sensitive. So that's what I'm going to say with that. Winona, just want to get Christopher's comment in here. As a formerly very active cis hetero man in the dating sites, I've never had genital photos given to me up front. I think we can agree that this is a male men problem. Yes,
Thank you,
definitely
Christopher.
a male men problem.
Back to the question
But
about
boob
sticking.
pictures come in.
Yes. Just don't send your fucking genitals. That should be normal, but apparently we gotta reiterate this. Back to the question about sticking fingers up assholes, because that's one of my favorite topics. So gloves and lots of lube are really great, and if you have really pointy nails, you can stick cotton balls into the glove tips, so that way you have a nice, like, soft tip when you're sticking your fingers in someone, and it protects you from things like STDs and irritations because there's no skin-to-skin contact. Of course, unless you're allergic to latex, make sure you know what things you're allergic to.
The more you know. Wendy.
You can actually get like little like finger slips
Condoms,
that you
yeah.
can. Yeah, well, they're not just like finger condoms. They're like you can get like they're almost shaped like a little pleasure toy, and they have like little like either ribbing or different things on the fingers. So you could use those if you have longer nails. I've mostly seen them from different like female identifying sex workers that I follow online, and it's a good protection. And again, it has all the same benefits that Winona mentioned. You know, you don't have any direct skin to skin contact. You have any bacteria that might be under your nails kept inside of this little tiny glove thing. I do not remember the name, but I'm sure if you Googled it, you'd find some brand somewhere with some good reviews. Hopefully check out the reviews. And you could maybe purchase one if that's what you're interested in. You know, a safe little wiggle zone.
Sex toys, the world of sex toys is just so amazing. I'm just always blown away every time I hear a new product to like enhance a person's pleasure. I'm just like, oh, God bless the age we live in. Could you imagine being in like the fucking 50s where women had to buy back massagers? Like, Cap, no. Absolutely not.
Those things were usually powerful enough that you could shake apart a house if you held it against the right stud. All right, we got a demolition done. Some people needed that for hysteria. That's, I believe.
Yes, that was the diagnosis.
That was the diagnosis. All right, please get your questions in. We do have some. We have the next one is ready. What do you do when the wrong background takes away your horny? Oh no, did I take away somebody's horny on that? Do I have to move it off of blue? All right, Wendy, you're in the hot seat.
Is my background? I don't know. They tell me that this is doing it for them without letting me know. How can I uphold those expectations of having such background? I need to know. So if somebody enjoys it, if my background needs to be purple, you gotta tell me. You gotta put that in the little chat.
So you do have a purple tinge to yours. As is right now.
It's just the light, you know. What can I say?
All right. Which color should I be going for? Because I have the brown. I have the blue. I've got a couple versions of the gold, which is the Love Doctor one. I have that one there, which is that's the old Love Doctor.
Pretty.
flowers.
I like that.
I like
All right.
that too.
I also have the classic, and the Love Doctor is doing
Ew.
much better than he actually is. So the flowers get the biggest response from the studio audience.
That is cute.
Obviously, jazzy trombone ballads. I'm not sure what that's in reference to.
I think it means like if the background music is a turn off. Like if you're
Oh, the
playing
background-
tunes and then a song comes on and it's like not sexy.
Oh,
Like what's
when
it? What's
took,
the yeah?
background? I thought with the background the issue that we had earlier. All right, I just showed everybody all the different types. Everyone can vote about what they think it should be. It's going to be Winona's time on this question.
Okay, so if I'm going based off of music, like if the background music gets really weird, I say just work with it. Like if it's getting slow and sensual, and then what's like the cheesiest song y'all can think of just off the top of your head?
Cheesiest song. All right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm so utterly prepared here.
Let's say like Dancing Queen starts playing, like ABBA. Let's say ABBA starts playing. Like you can honestly like just go with it and just be like Mamma Mia, bump, bump, here I go again, like really choreograph to the music so it feels like intentional. Or you can just laugh. You can just laugh and have a good time and acknowledge that wow, that's really weird and funny that happened. Laughing during sexy times is great and underrated. And I think people are scared to laugh because, and I'm someone who laughs a lot in the bedroom, and people are like, oh my God, am I doing something wrong? I'm like, no, that's a really good sign. It means I'm super comfortable and vulnerable right now. Like laughing is great. Don't be afraid to laugh if something weird and awkward happens. You'll be surprised how quickly you can jump back in. And if you can't, that's okay. There'll always be another time.
All right. Sandra is saying blue gets their vote. Sorry, Christopher, I might be switching back to blue. Those are the only two votes that we've had here. And Sandra, I think, is going to probably out to yours. I agree. Laughing naked is the best. Thank you, Sabrina Kitsune, for tuning in and giving comments. If anyone has any questions, they can put them in the chat, or if you look underneath, just right below, it's going by there. It's go to the Slido and it's event code TLD58, and that would be able to tell you that we got a DIY Muggle guy saying go Blues. All right, I have to switch at this point. Is going to the back to the blue.
Bye, roses.
This is it's a big change. All right, I might have to rebrand everything Love Doctor just to get more blue in. That's going to be weird. So I wonder if I could put a green thing on my green screen. Would that just sort of be eating itself? No, it wouldn't. Technology doesn't work that way. There was. Oh yes, laughter being vulnerable. Because my manager comes from the world of comedy, and he told me the reason why comedy clubs are dark is to make people feel more comfortable laughing, because if they laugh, they're in a vulnerable position, and if they're in the dark, then they feel safer doing it, so you're more comfortable to be laughing. And sense of humor has always been one of those things that people check as what they look for in a partner. So here you go.
So what you're saying is it's better to do it in the dark.
Oh no, I'm not gonna say that. Not gonna say that at all. I'm just saying, laughter is it is a sign of vulnerability, but it's also a sign of trust. It's always, laughter is sexy. Smart, funny is always fucking sexy. Boom. All right. Oh, I don't know if I can mention that. So are we ready for the next question?
Yes.
I'm so ready.
All right, here we are. I might have to go for that mix. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Are there pointers in inviting nerdy girls you met on the internet for threesome, moresome, / dinner, breakfast? And Winona, you have that question first.
I I don't know why, but the way that question was phrased, I'm like, that is so cute. Oh my god. Okay. So, as someone who loves threesomes and misses them because of the pandemic, this is for everyone, not just for nerdy girls. Although, as a fellow nerdy girl myself and a lover of nerdy girls, I get the appeal. First of all, it's good to build up some trust, whether that's a short-term relationship or a long-term relationship, just like general getting to know each other if you can, or flirtation if that's more your vibe. The next thing is to like just introduce the idea, and talk about how you like them and maybe they like them, and okay, they like them, so let's talk about that. Let's like see, what do we like about these things, and then slowly but surely you'll get to a natural point where you can be like, hey, like this is happening at my place if you're interested, like these people are super chill and I think you'd like them. So threesomes are great. Don't overthink it, just enjoy it, you know?
Boom. Wendy, Christopher's popping in to say nerdy girls are hot, and he's managed to get the R backwards.
Honestly, I think Winona covered a lot of great points, but just communication and again, like building trust is super important. Communicating that you're interested in somebody so they know. And if it's a nerdy girl, just again, like talk to them, find out what they're interested in, and chat it up.
Boom. And, yeah, Winona covered the topic very thoroughly. Again, everyone should be interested in everybody else. That's kind of the important thing. And also make sure you have an enticing menu for that dinner and that breakfast as well, because that adds points. Granted, I don't think anyone will come over just because you're having filet mignon instead of craft dinner, but hopefully that's not the deciding point.
Have good brunch. Good brunch. Bitches love brunch. Nerdy bitches love brunch. And if you can make some pancake art, you're golden. Like people will like in a Pikachu form. You're golden.
Thank you for adding that, because I was going. Are you going to say like an anime brunch just to make
yes!
sure?
Anime themed brunch.
Well, there we go. Just got to cut that melon up in the shape of a Bulbasaur or something. We are. There's no purple. Never mind. Next question.
I just visualized that. And that's brilliant. Sorry, go on.
I think you'd have to dye the melon though. How do you convince women who claim that they're not hot that they are indeed are? I'm in the hot seat for that one. It's forever an uphill battle. All you can do is prove to them in how you act and how you treat them, how awesome you think they are, and how beautiful you think they are, how hot that you think they are. Sometimes it could be like I had one of my best friends, a woman. We would go out often, and I would point out when guys were checking her out because she didn't believe that she was getting checked out. So I would point it out to her. And that did wonders for their self-esteem. But the trick is that they need to be able to recognize it in themselves and build that confidence. Because sometimes they can be hot without confidence, and it is a subtle and long-term thing to do to help build up somebody, make somebody feel confident. Winona.
I mean, here's the thing. You will never be able to convince them that they're hot. Like, you should absolutely remind them and tell them that you think that they are the most gorgeous creature in the world. But the truth of the matter is, they're not going to think they're hot until they think they're hot. It's as simple as that. Getting to the point where you feel like a 10 out of 10 all the time, even when you feel like disgusting, stupid, ugly shit, is difficult. And it takes a lot of unlearning, a lot of patriarchal, white supremacist bullshit that we internalize. So the lesson here is not give up, but understand that all you can do is support them through that journey until they get to that place. And yeah.
Wendy.
I think that yeah, you can't really make someone believe that they're attractive or that they're, you know, the most beautiful thing unless they see it within themselves. And I know that, you know, if you want a flower to grow, you have to put it in the right conditions and you have to give it positive talking every day. So any person that you want to feel as beautiful as a flower, you kind of have to put them in the same conditions. You have to make sure that they get the things that they need, whether that be some mental reassurance or some verbal reassurance, whatever that is. And eventually that can be the, you know, the part that you play in their journey to them understanding they are this hot shit.
Yes, definitely. I when you started talking about you got to make sure that the flowers get everything they need, I thought you were going to say spread the manure. Just
No, I wasn't thinking that, but now.
there is all right. We still have a few more questions to get to, of course. So please make sure we get some more questions in there so we can continue with the show. And I also want to point out is like I think I did say it, but I'm not sure. I didn't get your feedback. If you had platonic friends who pointed out when other people were checking you out, would that help boost your esteem?
To think about this for a moment. Wendy, what do you think?
I think it depends on the situation. I get easily embarrassed. So if someone was reassuring me, not without being discreet, I probably would be more concerned about what they were doing than the fact that someone was checking me out. But if it was mentioned, you know, as on the way to sit down or in a way that didn't make me feel embarrassed, 100% sure, tell me. I don't know how much of a difference it would make though, because honestly, people have been pent up inside for a while. Like,
Yeah, I don't know that it would necessarily make me personally more confident to know that a person is checking me out. I would feel flattered, which is different. I would feel like, ooh, a person like thinks I'm cute. Like, ooh, what am I going to come up with my mind that's like what like fantasy am I going to come up with that's never going to happen. But I think if your friend does have issues with their confidence, it doesn't hurt to tell them like, hey, that person over there, they thought they were clearly, they think you're a snack. Like, it's obvious to me that they think you're a snack, even though you don't think you're a snack. So yeah.
So the difference between flattered and building your own self-esteem is another thing. That was the other thing. As the platonic friend, I made a point of only pointing out the more attractive men that was checking them out. Just saying.
I mean, that's another thing to break down, right? It's like, why would they be upset by someone they don't deem attractive to find them attractive? That's a whole other can of worms, right? It's like, oh, does that you must be projecting a lot of how you see yourself then. But I'm not going to get into it.
There's a little bit of the creepy leer and the fight against the creepy leer that is there. Wait. Oh, hold it. Did we skip many questions or did we just skip that one?
No.
All right, this is one question that we did skip, so I'm just going back to it. And the question is, how does one get a dating profile that is offered breasts and walk in the park right away? So, Wendy, you're in the hot seat.
Say that's what you're looking for. So put that in your profile. Say that's what you're looking for. And if somebody else goes for it, you know they're going to go for it. You know they're into it. Be straight up. Or in your first message, be like, I want to be straight up with you. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I need right now. Let's find a safe way to do this.
Boom. I think COVID thirst has a little bit to do with it. It's also is like reactivating an old account. So the pictures were older as well. So I think there could be a little bit of a false fishing on my part, and also again, I'm still not sure it wasn't an invite to a mugging. So.
Yeah, like Wendy said, if you want to send titty pics or receive titty pics, make that clear. You swipe right on a cutie, you get matched, and you're like, hey, like, I just want to put it out there. This is what I'm into. If you're not okay with that, we can move on. Don't get emotionally attached to people based on a Tinder swipe. You don't need to do that. That's something I learned this year. It's like you can find people are attractive on a dating app and have it not go anywhere, and that's okay. That's the beauty of dating apps. You move on to the next one. There's so many hot people out there. You will find someone with who will send you titty pics and long walks on the park. You'll find that person. But you got to put it out there first. You're not doing yourself any favors by not manifesting that reality for yourself in a safe way. Just saying.
Exactly. Safety is key. The next question we have here is, how does someone get as lucky as Mr. Doctor and host a show with two beautiful women and other wonderful people? And Winona, you have the hot seat.
Motherfucker, his name's not Mr. Doctor, it's the Love Doctor. Although I guess technically Mr. Doctor does apply here. It's not wrong, but it's not right either. We've gotten a lot of Dr. Love accidental callings on this show. How do you get so lucky? You be nice to women, first of all, because I would not be on the show if I didn't think the Love Doctor was a genuinely nice person, and not like a fucking nice guy. Like, you're legitimately nice to people without ulterior motive because you treat them like people. And also a love for your community and a subscription to StreamYard. And boom, bing bang boom, you've got a hot people show.
Wendy.
I like that.
Talking about hot people show. I definitely. Sorry, we definitely need to mention the Cosmic Bonbons show again. There's just one more episode in this season, and so that'll be this Sunday, and then you'll take a break for how long?
And then I'm gonna take a break for I think 3 weeks, and then I have my first performer booked for season 3.
Boom. The Cosmic Bonbons show. So that's at cosmic.bonbons, 5:30 Eastern Standard Time every Sunday. 7
Oh my
p.m.
goodness, you got it
Newfoundland
down.
time.
Yes. I don't think you get to where the Love Doctor is without putting in a lot of hard work and doing a lot of honest networking and being a phenomenal person on the other side of that conversation for people when you meet them. I think that dealing with performers, you meet a lot of different personalities, and the Love Doctor is quite good at navigating those different personalities and bringing them together to create something wonderful like this show. So I think lots of hard work and lots of respect for the people you're interacting with.
Boom. Thank you. I want to point out, we've got a lot of people up there in the chat. Please drop your questions either in the chat. Make sure you hit like as well, because there's only one fucker has pressed like for the entire show so far. So
what's wrong with you? You sick fucks. Oh my god.
I also to answer the question is, I have no fucking clue how lucky how I got to be this lucky. I'm just grateful that I am, and it's common sense to just try to be nice to people, and if they try to take advantage of that, then you don't hang out with those people no more, and that's no more. That's a weird. There's weird grammar in there, but I think the intent was honest, and you saw it. All right, we got +1 on the phenomenal person. Thank you all. Thank you, Christopher. I pressed like and was labeled a fucker. Well, yes. Would you rather be labeled as a non-fucker, as unfuckable?
You got to charge me for that one. For compliments, you need to charge me. For insults, first one's free, and then the next you also have to. I also charge for those.
All right. We don't have any more questions in the anonymous left. No, there are none. Christopher's saying though, I pressed like and oh no, that was there. Why did I see like a new comment came up, but I don't see it? That's strange.
Maybe it's those sunglasses.
It's quite possibly those sunglasses. I have a small. Oh shoot! I had a question. Now it went flying away. It was in my head. Something came up, and I went. It's gone. DIY Muggle Guys. Title: first name, second name, nickname. Family name, Sir the Love Consensual Doctor. There we are. I've just been given a new name. First name is
All
the.
right.
I'm just gonna smile and not say anything.
We'll work with that. We'll work with that. There is because both of you are also producers, right? What is it that you look for in other performers? And I'm going to go get some mix because I want to drink this a little bit faster than I can without mix. So I'm going to go do that. Are you two okay to be on the screen together?
I love being on the screen. It's an honor being on the screen with Wendy.
Yes.
All right. So
Oh
you
my
two
God.
handle this discussion. I will be right back.
Oh my God, yes, throw us under the bus. Do it. Oh my God. Hi, Wendy.
Hello. Okay, so what do we look for in performers?
Yeah, do you want to go first? Because you've been doing Cosmic Show for like a year. I remember I was in one of like the first few episodes and I was blown away by it.
Oh, goodness. Honestly, right now what I look for in performers is as much background as I can pull from their profile. Anyone that can come towards me with a reference of another show they performed in or a producer they've worked with is fantastic, because it's nice to keep a general kindness on your show. So you don't want to be having anybody who's not nice on your show. That's not good. And just a want to be creative. I find there's so many new performers who don't get to do a lot of, say, higher caliber shows with other like further along performers, and there's so much that you can learn from that. And even though what I produce is like an online show, I think that working with the different performers that I've had on the show who like are very experienced and having them ask me questions or have certain expectations, it helped me learn. So like that's kind of what I look for in performers, people who can add something diverse, who want to do it the thing, and who are just hyped and nice.
Oh, yes, hyped and nice. Honestly, you'd think it wouldn't be that hard to find a combo, but sometimes it is.
I've been very lucky.
No, that's hard.
He's back. Okay, so what I look for when I'm like scouting performers in general, again, creativity, like people who really are excited to work with me, and like hype, but I'll keep an eye out for this, because if I want to invite a performer back, like if I'm like keeping them in mind, it's that they tried to have a good relationship with me during the production process. And what I mean by that, especially in online burlesque, is like sending their videos on time, because I do pre-recorded stuff most of the time, asking me questions, making sure their video meets my standards, just generally like answering my texts if I have questions for them or I need to clear things up. And just people who have a clear sense of communication and like know to come to me if there's a problem, because I'm super big on, if you got a question, ask a question. Like, do not keep that shit like inside your brain because you're embarrassed because you don't know. My job as a producer is to tell you. That's literally my entire reason for existence. So like, if you want to impress me, you can impress me by having an honest conversation with me about what you're struggling with, because I'm here to help. God damn it.
Boom. Well said. I know when I produced live shows, I was always trying to find distinct voices, and just to make sure that the show was as varied as possible, that each person, again, it's so much better when they're nice to work with, etc. But if every act has the same tone, then it's not going to be as interesting for the audience. Mona Perverse is saying, "Hey, beautiful people." There we are. Christopher saying, "Hey, Ms. Onyx and Ms. Perverse. Pisces stuff, my dear Winona. I feel ya there."
Merci, Sabrina.
And we have another question is in. I started seeing someone about a month ago, and I feel like I'm more into it. My friends say to let him chase, but I hate games. Should I say how I feel or wait to see how it unfolds? That is the question. Wendy, you have.
If you don't like games, I wouldn't participate in them. I don't think that like you should have to play like a cat and mouse game to express feelings for one another. But I do understand the excitement for some people, so I'm not trying to put it down either, whatever you're into. But if it's not your thing, like, you don't let it be your thing. Don't try to work with something that you don't like.
Boom. All right. Winona, your answer to the question.
Yeah, so the question was, I feel like I'm more into them, so should I play the game of letting them chase me? That was the question, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, got it. I'm dialed in. Yeah, so I mean, Wendy basically said, like, if you don't want to play games, don't. I 100% agree with that. Now, if this is what I recommend in this scenario, if you feel like you can emotionally distance yourself and not respond to them because you feel like you're chasing them and see what happens, I suggest you do that, because then they might realize, like, oh, I haven't texted back, I should do that. But there's also a very real possibility that they just will never respond to you again. And I'm saying this because I've been in this exact situation. I prefer, if you feel like you can be vulnerable enough, just open up about your feelings. But in my experience in those situations, you are likely to either A, not get a clear response. Like, they'll say, like, I like you, I clearly like you, I just don't have time, or I just have this problem, I'm busy with this. Or they'll just flat out reject you. I honestly prefer version B, because that tells me that I can be sad for a week and move on with my life because I've invested in a relationship that doesn't exist, which is totally fine. You are allowed to have hope for love. But sometimes things don't work out. So those are my two options. Those are my options. Either emotionally distance yourself and see what happens, or just lay it all out there and be prepared for what you might receive. And then move on either way.
All right. Before I give my answer to that, DIY Muggle Guy says, concerning my last entry, if there was something that I've been improper about, please let me know. It wasn't improper. We were just kind of confused where it was coming from. Title, first name, second name, nickname, family name. So, Sir, the Love Consensual Doctor. It just seemed to come out of left field. DIY Muggle Guy. That is all. Christopher is saying that YouTube Christopher is such an attention slut. So it's the fight back and forth, saying hello to Onyx and Miss Perverse. Just all right. All right. I'll answer the fucking question. Don't rush me. Jeez. So Winona said a lot of things that were great. As a person who enjoys board games, I do want to say, when you're talking about relationships, games are for children. Don't date children. That's kind of clear. You're also, when you're talking about, because if I should be chased because I'm the feminine one in the pairing, you're reinforcing negative stereotypes. So please do not do that. Help us grow as a society to get past that kind of limitation. And it's so much better when people are honest. And if it isn't working out that way, you don't have to blurt out "I love you" to somebody on the first date or whatever. No matter what the butterflies are feeling, give it time to grow. But at the same time, let them know that you are interested back. I think that is key. That is key. And we have another question here. Don't date children. By the way, let's keep that up.
We love not dating children. We love only dating consenting adults.
Yeah, it's because dating non-consenting adults ends
up...
Yeah,
don't date non-consenting adults either. Again, I feel like we shouldn't have to specify this.
All right, the next question we have is, I want to invite someone I met on Facebook to hang out and maybe more. Any tips on how I can read if this is welcome or not? I have here's the thing. Ask them in the hypothetical first. Would you like to hang out sometime? And then if they do say yes, then you can maybe suggest a time and place. Again, please make sure that you are being safe in all of that. But again, if you're just meeting somebody online, meeting them first in a public place with other people around is much a much safer, much saner way to do things. Wendy.
Can you reread the question to me, if you don't mind?
I do not mind at all. It was, I want to invite someone I met on Facebook to hang out and maybe more. Any tips on how I can read if this is welcome or not?
Yeah, I think what you said about going with the hypothetical was very good. I think that, again, just being like straight up with what you'd like is always great. So then you can kind of work from there. So if this person doesn't have any interest in you and like is okay with letting you know straight up, honestly, you could form a really good friendship with that person. Just starting off on honesty with anything is a great platform to go with. So if you want to know, just ask.
Boom. Winona. And talk about asking. Remember to write your questions into the chat or go to the Slido to ask your questions. Winona.
Yes, okay, so absolutely the hypothetical, but what I would add to that is I would say, like, would you like to go out sometime, and then suggest something? Because if you just ask, like, hey, would you want to go out, it's a bit too vague. Like, you're not really showing that you're interested in making a plan. Some people don't like plans, but it's good to show, like, I find it's good to show, like, hey, here's an idea of what we could do, because I've thought about it and I would like to commit to asking you out to this date. And they might respond with, like, yeah, that works, or that doesn't work, or I don't know, let's see on the day of. It's a bit more open-ended than just, hey, you want to go out on a date? But yes, hypotheticals, always good. Suggest a plan. If they reject it, pivot. Don't hang out. That's okay. You'll figure it out.
Boom. And keep polite, even if they say no to the hypothetical. Dear
Don't call them
Love
a fucking
Doctor,
bitch.
dear Love Doctor, I'm working while listening to the show, and this gives Christopher the opportunity to seek attention elsewhere. My apologies. Somebody has unleashed a Christopher because they have a work deadline. Hypothetically, would you like to hang out? Yes, Christopher, I would enjoy a chance to hang out. I believe you've invited myself and these two wonderful performers and a few other performers who've been on the Love Doctor live show to come to a barbecue or dinner at some night. And I think that would be grand. That would be a great idea.
Love food. Love being invited to places with food.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree.
And Facebook, Christopher is so demanding.
Oh, okay. Now it's not a shoot him situation. It's a two clones getting closer and closer and closer until they kiss situation. I'm into it.
There we are. There's a sci-fi thing that I've always had problem with. Is people said if somebody created a clone of you, and you made out with that clone, like is that masturbation, or is that gay? And my problem with that hypothetical, I'll let you two tackle that hypothetical first. What is your thoughts on that hypothetical?
I mean, who the fuck cares as long as it feels good? Who cares if it's masturbation, if it's gay, if it's sex? You're having sex with yourself. That's something that you will never experience again on this plane of reality. Are you really going to question the semantics of having sex with yourself? If you are, you don't deserve to have sex with yourself. Sorry, not sorry.
All right, I have a major problem with it, but Wendy, what is your thoughts?
Can I videotape it? I don't mind about, like, the finer details, but like if I have record, maybe I can review the evidence. I don't know. Science. And make my decision later in time.
All right. Chris was saying, do we have a Cronenberg dead ringer thing going on here? All right. My problem with this hypothetical is cloning technology doesn't involve advanced aging. So if there's a clone of you, it's as old as how long ago it was made. So that's a child. No, thank you. Not going to happen. It's not masturbation. It's not gay. It's pedophilia. Stop.
You ruined the fantasy.
So much worse.
Why would you say that? I was living in blissful ignorance of thinking about having sex with my 10 out of 10 self.
Right? And now I was going to record it.
God damn! Why didn't you stop us? You couldn't have been like, I'm about to drop a real bomb on you bitches.
Because it's you have to think through things, and that I mean, occasionally I've been accused of moving slowly in making decisions, but I like to kind of rule out all the different possibilities. And cloning technology is not advanced aging. Just want to state that right away. What if I get cloned and then waited 21 years? Yes, but don't forget you'll be 21 years older, so you'll be grandpa.
Be better at sex. You'll be better at sex. You can teach yourself everything you know, and it will be a time paradox because it will have been you who's already known it, who is learning it from you.
But that's time travel. That's not. What if a clone was made when you were born, as old as you? Come on, Love Doctor. Would you do it? Would you do you? I possibly fool around. I think at that point I'd be more comfortable with a MMF, 2 men, 1 woman situation. I've not been attracted to that many men. And I believe anytime in a threesome, everybody should be equally attracted to each other.
And it's you, so you'd be attracted to the same type of person. So, what if your minds?
It's whether or not finding myself. Yeah. Oh, if your minds were linked, that would be. Oh, just sorry. That is probably one of the most sci-fi contents that or ideas that sexual ideas that really is kind of blowing my mind is the idea to be able to feel what your partner is feeling while you're there. If you could link minds so you could feel how you're enjoying the pleasure and they're enjoying the pleasure at the same time. And so you can like adjust to, like, you ever be with a partner who's doing like the exact perfect thing and then they shift slightly and then it's not as perfect. All right. Imagine if they would be able to feel that and so they could immediately switch back into doing that perfect thing again. I just believe maybe the sex sessions would probably be a lot shorter. Just
yeah, that's true.
But the orgasms would be so intense.
It's a real.
It's a shared.
Oh, wait, do we get another comment?
Yeah, we did. What if we were Vulcans and clones, and we've cloned opposite sex versions of ourselves, like 10 of them, and then mind meld orgies? I think that would we would end human advancement at that point, or Vulcan advancement at that point. It's like, all right, we don't need to do anything else. We can all just sit in here until all the power runs out. Just keep on going and going and going.
The male version of me would be so hot. I would absolutely fuck him. Are you kidding? I'd fuck myself, also the opposite gender. Yes, absolutely. There's no moral dilemma here.
Sandra said, "You can borrow my clone." She would consent and ask how I would know. How would you know that your clone would consent? And I'm not sure who she's consenting to at this point. But
yeah, which one of us? That's the real question.
It's possible all of us, but it's I don't know. I'm not speaking for Delilah on this moment. But that's all right. We're gonna have another question. We've got a question that's come in anonymously, so we could go. No, as Christopher was saying, don't know how many times I have to click like love. Still only one. My eyeballs. Others. All right. So Christopher has clicked like. He's wondering why. Sandra Delilah is just saying yes. So, all right. So, but the thing is, how do you know? That's the question. That was the question you asked us to ask. Ask how I know. So please let us know how you know what your clone is thinking, unless it's a shared mind thing. Next question that we have here is, the guy I'm seeing for a month postponed our hangout for a day to play video games with a friend. Should I be offended, or is it okay to let him have his space when he needs it and not to take it personally? Winona, you are in the hot seat, so you get this one first.
This is hard because if I were in your situation, I would take it personally, even though I probably shouldn't. So it's complicated because yes, you should absolutely respect your partner's needs to have their own space and chill with their friends. I think that's actually very healthy for a relationship when you are like, hey, I actually need my time with my friends. You know, but also when you get canceled on for someone else, it does feel kind of shitty. So if you feel like you are taking it personally, like talk that out with yourself first and then bring it up with your partner. Just be like, hey, I just want to know that like my feelings were hurt in this scenario. I just want to let you know that I'm working on it. And hopefully we can make sure to avoid that in the future. Yeah.
Boom. It's the other thing is the fact that they postponed the hangout, as in your plans were already set and they're breaking them to go with their friend. Uh, I think it would be fair to ask, oh, does your friend only have this one day for the entire month that they can actually do this with you? Because, I mean, that might be the reason. The person could be traveling away or of some sort that they cannot be, they will not be seeing this friend again at any point. And that is something that could be addressed and would help explain why the postpone happened. So I'm not saying all excuses are valid, but just kind of ask, just let them know how you feel about it. Wendy.
Yeah, I think just ask, and if it's something that you can justify yourself, and like, that's fine. It's okay. It's very fair to have your feelings hurt in that situation. But you again, you're not going to know why they're particularly doing this unless you ask. Maybe their friend is having a mental health crisis and really needs somebody for a day. Maybe like just as you said, Love Doctor, maybe their friend is going away. There could be a million reasons, and you don't know unless you ask. And sometimes you're not always going to ask, the right way. But if you want to have a successful relation with anybody, you have to have good communication. And that takes a lot of awkward times saying things and learning how to say them and learning how to navigate with that person to get there. So it's a small or potentially a big step that you could take for yourself to have a better connection with this person. Ask questions, learn and understand. Just make sure you're open and honest with them.
Boom. Yeah, that is you brought up something about the fact that letting them know how you feel over it all as well. So I can't remember your exact wording, but there was something that you said that I caught on to, and I thought that was brilliant. So I'm going to have to review that tape and learn from you, Wendy. Most definitely. Delilah has thrown in a how indeed. Well, all right. Asking is good, but I guess I'd be worried that it would come out as nagging, especially since the relationship is so new.
Can I, sorry.
Yeah, go right ahead.
I was just gonna say, if you're in a new relationship and you feel like you can't be yourself in regards to how you problem solve and how you approach things, that is an indicator that maybe you're still learning to trust this person and that you're afraid of being vulnerable with that person. My advice to that is like, if they see it as nagging and you're really doing your best to express it as just I have to know because this is how I'm feeling. It has nothing to do with you as a person. It's my reaction to this, and I want to go forward not having this experience in the future so that this relationship can flourish. Then I think that is super important. And if they still respond negatively to that, then that's a red flag. I don't know if that was clear, but there you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most definitely. I mean, in a relationship, having your private time is important. And asking, you should not feel bad for asking for private time away from your partner or partners. But at the same time, you should respect them well enough to give them an honest answer as to why. Some people are they need their little retreat cave to get into every now and again. or if they're the person that their friends come to unload heavy things, then they'll need the private time with those friends to properly respond to that. Though empathy is what was it I recently read? Empathy is a product of trauma. People who are most empathic towards their friends are the ones who have dealt with like some of the most trauma in their lives, and that's why they value that importance. That's why they are so willing to listen. Indeed. Sandra is saying, did we see this one already? Yes, we
Yep.
did.
Yeah.
All right. And the next question we have is, what steps are you taking to get back into the dating game? Wendy, you are in the hot seat on this one, but how much, I don't know what we can reveal currently. So,
Oh my God, none. I'm taking no steps to get back into the dating game because I'm just about to celebrate my 1-year anniversary with my girlfriend.
Woo!
Yeah.
Congratulations!
Thank
you two
you.
look so
Thank
amazing
you.
together. And they're a photographer as well, are they not? Or
That is one of their many amazing talents and hobbies. Yes, they're quite creative, which is very, very nice.
We love hot photographer queers. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
and as a performer, it is kind of like a match made in heaven.
Right? It's like, babe, I just got this new set. Do you want to take some pictures of me? And then you like upload it to OnlyFans, and you're like, oh my God, such professional quality. I shouldn't say only friends. I shouldn't say the real name of only friends here because the internet doesn't like it. But anyway.
Winona, your answer.
Yeah, okay, so I recently started to get back into the dating game as early as this week. I spent pretty much all of COVID up until this point single because I broke up with a long-term partner like right before COVID. And I actually swiped right on a guy like just by accident. I had no intention of like pursuing anyone. I was just curious of like, I haven't used a dating app in a really long time. What's happening? How are people looking? Like what's out there? And an approach that I have taken since last year when I tried to date someone and it didn't work out is that I am not emotionally involving myself. Like I'm not what's the word?
Invested.
I'm not yeah, exactly. I'm not like emotionally investing myself in something so new quite yet. I'm excited and I'm hopeful, but if for whatever reason things don't work out, I'm going to be okay with that. And the way that I've been executing that, because, thoughts versus actions, is that I am being unapologetically confident in myself and in my pursuit of this person. Before, I used to be very like, oh, what if I say this and then it turns them off? And now I'm like, I don't care. I don't care what they think. I only care how I feel and how I think in this scenario because I don't want to invest myself in something that's potentially not worth my time. Like, this guy said, like, you're so beautiful. And in the past, I would have said thank you as a way to, like, stroke his ego. But this time I said, yes, I know, it's a fact. I'm very pretty. And I know I can see the Love Doctor kind of like cringing a little bit at that, but that's how I wanted to respond. And I was like, I'm going to honor that. And if this guy is not into it, then I'm going to just move on. Like I care about him as a person, but I don't care enough to make him feel more comfortable for the sake of my discomfort. You know what I mean? It's all about me this summer. It's all about me.
Yeah.
There we are. I did cringe on that a little bit. I've no idea. I looked at two old dating profiles that I had. They're both basically out of date, but in the process of looking at them, I made them active. So I have no idea. I have no idea when I'm going to be able to go to meet strangers again. At this point, so when it's safe, I'm scheduled for my second job in August, but there is a chance that will be backed up a little bit. so we can all feel a little bit safer. Can I share this? I had a discussion with an anti-masker. I'm going a little bit off topic on this one. I had a discussion with an anti-masker, and they said something, and today I realized what I should have said in response. But they were saying, I don't believe that the mask helps. I believe, and what I should have said at that time was, well, if you don't believe in gravity, does that mean you can fly? So if you're encountered in those people who say they don't believe something about science or something that has been an established fact, then yes, you can tell them, about. I'm not saying take a jump off a building to test, but if you don't believe in gravity, does that mean you can fly? So it's very new. I'm working on it, but I'm not sure. I've never ever thought about checking out other guys' profiles to see what I should do or what the trendings are on profiles. I would never put a picture of me holding up a fish or anything of that nature. I would never do that.
So basic.
Yeah, so not my thing. But if anyone's have any suggestions of what I should put in a dating profile, please go ahead. I just all right, I'm gonna let you in on a little something. This Friday is my birthday. I have not celebrated my birthday for 2 years.
Oh my god!
So I've never celebrated a 50th birthday, and I'm coming up on 52. So any suggestions anyone out there has for what I should be doing for my 52nd birthday? If I make it my 50th, my 51st, and my 52nd together, please don't tell me to eat 3 cakes because I might. But, that's
You can sit on one.
Yes! Sit on cakes! Sit on cakes!
All right. Sandra said, Orpheus friends organized a big group night and he didn't want to miss out. Would that be a valid reason for postponing? It depends on like what kind of group night. If the friends only could get together on that one night, it's that one schedule. Like if he could postpone on you, if he couldn't invite you to this moment, that's the other thing about coming along. But at that point, you might be a third wheel with the new friends, or whether or not you're in that relationship long enough that he is introducing you to his friends. That's something to think about. Do you two have any comments on that?
Yeah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, there's no quantifiable reason to postpone. People postpone for a variety of reasons that have nothing to do with you. That's just a matter of life. There's no tier list of when it is acceptable or not acceptable to postpone. If you feel put off by the fact that this potential partner postponed for any reason, that is a valid reason to get emotional, again, in your own way that is safe and helpful to you, and to figure out why that is, and to use that as a way to be like, okay, how do I avoid feeling this way in the future should a similar situation pop up? Because if you don't because like it's your feelings, it's all, even if you don't agree with what they did, that is your feeling, and you need to figure out how to best deal with that. That's the only thing you can control in that situation.
I would counter on that. The thing is, there can be valid reasons to postpone.
Oh, exactly. I'm not saying like, oh, like this person was wrong or this person was right to postpone. What I'm saying is that that regardless of whether you think it's right or wrong, you need to examine how you react to that. And if it's a negative reaction, unpack why that is and figure out how to have a better, less scary experience in the future. So I didn't word that properly. My bad.
Wendy, do you have anything to add?
Nope, I think you're good.
All right. You can schedule a second job 8 weeks after the first job. No appointment needed. I know I'd originally scheduled for August 11th, but we were told that they might be giving us a call to move it forward. So to have it earlier, maybe in July. So it's all on the wait at this point. We're talking about the maskers again. They don't believe because they've done 18 years of studying on the matter. No. I think it might have had something to do with 15 minutes with a QAnon forum. And Christopher Murtaugh is saying, I think you should celebrate your 50, 51st, and 52nd with a barbecue at our place. So that would be moving it up quite a bit, not having the second jab. I'm not sure exactly, but that is one of the things. So if anyone has any idea, because the question was, what steps are you taking to get back into the dating game? I would love to hear your advice on that. Did you? Yes, we started with Wendy on that one, just making sure all the panelists had a chance. The next question is any word on when the Wiggle Room will be open again? I will just say this when it's safely legal to do so. Because the Wiggle Room wants to make sure that their clients have an amazing time in as safe an environment as they can make it. And we also need the government to give us a date on when things can open again. So there was some talks and dates being bandied around. The Wiggle Room doesn't have a terrace, so they're not going to even be open for drinks yet. But hopefully something will be happening. And I can't believe that is the end of the anonymous questions. I do want to say, if anyone has been enjoying the show, you can always support the show. Anything that's going to be donated in the next 24 hours will be split among the fantastic performers you see on screen here. So the link tree is at the bottom. And you know what? It's a little early for us to be calling it. So please throw in some questions and we'll get at it. I just don't know. Boom. I don't know if I haven't got crap for that, which is weird. I'd expect people to give me crap for that. The fact that I've recently ended a relationship. And
Honey,
here I am supposed to be the expert.
Honey, no one is going to give you crap for life. Like, that is just
there's plenty
life.
of people that will give you crap for life. But the thing is, there's always reasons, and we came from different cultures, and the gulf seemed just a little too wide for the partner. And as much as I'm attempting, if they're no longer interested in attempting, then that means it's not a good idea to stay in the relationship. So that is, I think that is probably the best version or terms to give on that. And we've got plenty Catholic relatives who are willing to give a crap for life. Yes. Unfortunately, they weren't. All right, a little bit of a trigger warning for what I was about to say. It was unfortunately they weren't working for the resident school system. So that is a horrible tragedy. Please remember, my manager has put up a little donation thing. It's going towards Indigenous women and children groups. So on Facebook, if you want to donate to that for my manager's birthday, you can do that. That is something we can look at. It's a horrible, dark part of Canadian history, and it is something that needs to be worked on and acknowledged and worked on to make sure it would never ever happen again. So that said, Bashak, dear Love Doctor, I want to make something clear. Any question Christopher asks anonymously, he does so not because he's concerned about his reputation, but rather mine. All right. Oh, and that's because an anonymous question has just come in.
Timing, baby.
Timing. So it makes it a little less anonymous when you kind of announce that there's an anonymous question there. Who needs a terrace when you have her ass sitting on a cake? There we are. I think that's a little bit of poetry. My answer is yes. Wendy, your answer.
I love it. It's so clever.
Blow the candles out first. Winona.
You can have your cake and eat it too.
Boom. Cake. There we are. Cake. The deliciousness of cake. I have been the Love Doctor. You all have been lovely. With me has been Winona J. Fox. Let's make sure that banner is up there properly. It's Winona J. Fox on Instagram and on Linktree.
Yes, and I also just launched a website, so it's winonajfox.com. So all my projects are there, so if you want to check those out, please go give it a look. I'm really proud with how it turned out.
So it's Winona J. Fox, all it's all one word, so there's no dots or anything.
It's literally the same thing as you see on the screen, you just put a .com at the end of it. That's it.
Boom. And it's on your Linktree as well, your new website?
I'm putting it on my Linktree. It'll be there right after this.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
Cosmic.bonbons on Instagram. You have the last show of the season this Sunday. You always have wonderful giveaways as well for the audience. Oh, do we want to do a giveaway? Should we do a giveaway?
I'm free stuff, man. Hell yeah.
All right. Christopher saying, wonderful show, wonderful people. Thank you. Here it is. Everybody that's out there, put hashtag sex58 into the chat. Hashtag sex58. Put that into the chat. Let me see if I can get this set up. There it is. So start putting hashtag sex58 into the chat. We've only got one in there so far. Let's get that. Just making sure. All right.
Oh my God, do we get a drum roll?
Yeah, I feel like we need one.
We will get confetti, possibly. So sex58. There we are. Let's just bring that into the screen. So hashtag sex58 to win the prize. We're ready. Only 3 people have entered at this point. What are we giving away? Have we said what we're giving away?
What are we giving away? The bride. I don't know.
We're going to give away a Love Doctor Livestream sticker. So I'll contact you to make sure I have your mailing address. So it's one of these. You can see sort of at the bottom. I see where you're going with this, Christopher. But LOL, 658. What? Oh, I'm not sure what I've missed, but 658. We've got people have in there. People have done it. Let's do the draw. Confetti DIY Mogul Guy. There we go. I believe this is the second one you've won. I will be making sure that goes out to the mail. I believe I have your address. If you just want to confirm with me that I have the proper mailing address, I will have that mailed out by the end of the week. Congratulations to DIY Mogul Guy. 669 is the perfect gift to 658. So you know what? We are only 11 episodes away, 11 weeks away from Love Doctor episode 69. I may have to have more than just 2 guests on that show.
Yes,
I'm not sure.
Yes, make it themed. Have costumes. Have champagne. Make it an event.
DIY Mogul Guy is going to make pasties out of them. So they are going to be sent to DIY Mogul Guy. So that's going to go out. If anyone has been promised stickers and has not received them, please Follow up with me to find out why. I found out somebody did not receive theirs, so I want to make sure that everybody has got those who has requested them. And I'm the Love Doctor. With me is the fantastic Winona J. Fox, the talented Wendy Bonbons. I just didn't want to use the same superlative over again because both of you are talented and fantastic.
We are.
I'm the Love Doctor. Remember, I love you all.